Hey, what's going on, guys? You're listening to the Ride Life podcast. New episodes drop every single Tuesday at 8 a.m. If you like what you hear, follow us on Instagram at the Ride Life podcast, the Ride Life Brian, or the Ride Life Jim. Stay tuned for the show.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning into the Ride Life podcast. I'm your host, Brian. I got my co-host, Jim, down in Rhode Island. And we have the man, the myth, the legend, Rhody Riderz.
Hello, everybody.
What's
Welcome
going
to the
on?
Ride Life podcast.
Definitely Ride Life famous anyways, for sure.
Thank you.
For sure, yeah.
Thank you.
So what's up, man? How you been down there in Rhode Island?
Trying to chug my way through the holidays there.
Yep.
Wish you all a happy holidays, both of you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, you
coming.
too.
It's coming
Hope Santa
quick.
Claus is good for
Fast.
you. Yeah,
Is it like
that's
a
what I'm
week and a
doing.
half away?
Yes, sir. Sure is.
So,
Can't wait.
nope. So today is Sunday. So, Rhody, did you ride today? I know you like to ride every Sunday. So,
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, no. The answer to that is no today. I did call my buddies up, and they had stuff to do. I have the grandkids with me today, so it was no bueno for the ride. But I will be out there probably next weekend. I think it's going to be like 27 degrees or something like that.
Jesus.
And, this guy here, he's going to come with me.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I got a
don't know
pair.
where you live yet. Wait till I find out where you live.
I got a pair of fleece lined cargo pants for the truck. That's about it. I don't know, man. It's nasty. The battery's on a tender in here right now. Bike is all covered up, but it's been cold. I think it was 16 last night.
Yes,
Down here?
16 degrees. Good
Yeah.
riding weather.
You guys both live in Rhode Island, so you're probably 5 minutes away from each other. So come on.
Yeah.
It's probably like 2 miles, but like 15 minutes.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. So that's no riding today. But I will be out most likely next weekend. You guys know, and people who know me, I ride whenever. I don't care. The only thing I do worry about is if there's ice and snow, anything slick on the roads. I will not go out. Safety issues, but the cold, it doesn't affect us. We use heated gear. My bike's set up for it. I got, I'm good. I'm good. I've been out 17 degrees. It's negative like 3 a.m. waking up.
Ooh.
And I get out there and go. Yeah, when they say cold start, well, that's a real goddamn cold start right there. That bike up at 3 degrees.
Yes.
So what do you use for a setup? Do you have the stuff that you plug into the bike, or do you have batteries, or what do you have to keep yourself warm?
Well, what I have is a 12-volt connection with hot wire, heated gear. I have the jacket, the pants. I got the gloves. And it's funny is I have heated hand grips. So I have inserts that heat up. They're not adjustable, but I do have gloves that have adjustables on them. And they're kind of like a red light. You got red, yellow, and green. That's it. They're a button you push. And I'll tell you what, I'll be out there and I'll have that thing on red because it's cold. And I'll be, driving along, and people will pull up alongside of me and they're just shaking their head. And they're looking at me like, they're thinking I'm probably freezing my ass off. But in retrospect, I'm probably as warm as they are inside that car if they had the windows down.
Yeah. Or
That's probably what it equates to.
Or they're thinking this poor prick doesn't have a car. He has to ride his motorcycle 20 all year round.
Yeah, that's true too. I never thought of that.
Well, and you can get a Corolla pretty cheap.
Yeah.
But that means that like 2 or 3 of us don't have cars either.
Yeah, right.
Maybe.
So,
Have you ever taken off in the winter? Like, have you ever left out on the bike and taken off and not come home? So gone on a nice road trip in the winter?
No, I haven't done that yet. But I thought about it going. The Daytona thing coming up. I thought about doing something like that, just getting on the bike during, go Daytona and head in right there during the winter. Because March is still cold. You guys know,
Yeah.
March can be, hit or miss. Lately, the year, the last few years has been great,
Yep.
but no, I haven't done it yet. I would like to though. But one thing is in the wintertime, you don't want to ride alone. For me, it's because things can go wrong. I mean, obviously it's cold. You just want that person or somebody with you, so you buddy up.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but that it's just it's for safety purposes. I mean, all kidding aside, I'm pretty safe when I'm out there riding. I'm not riding spirited, as people say. I ride, accordingly during the wintertime because believe it or not, you get out there at 10 in the morning, those roads can be a little slippery,
Yeah.
when you're riding. As the day goes on and the temperature jumps up 10 degrees or so, or even five, it seems like summertime. It's crazy how that might sound crazy, but it seems like when you get out there and it's like 20 degrees, 15 degrees, that 10 degrees that it goes up to, it's warm to you. You actually feel warm, especially with the heated gear.
Yeah, but you're not seeing girls walking around in bikinis or anything like that. You don't get any
No,
good
no,
views.
that would be pretty cool if I did. I ain't going there.
Yeah,
What
that's it.
about
No. All
All
right, all right.
what
stages are ready.
about what about like when all right, so say we actually have a snowstorm and the roads have been salted. Do you still ride like all right, it's a sunny day, it's 38.
I've been out. Yes, I've been out after a snowstorm. Um, Not immediately. Like maybe like if it snowed on a Monday, and it's not too bad. We get the snowstorms here in Rhode Island where it snows and then it rains, and then all of a sudden Friday comes along, it gets a little warmer. Saturday, it's even warmer, and there's a little melt on the sides. Yeah, I've ridden where. Don't get me wrong, I've ridden where there's snow on the side of the roads. I've done it. I've done it many times. But again, for some reason, where we live, Jim, going south from here into Connecticut, the roads, I don't know whether it's so close to the ocean or what, but usually once you get out of like into Exeter, Rhode Island, and out that way, the roads get nice. They're really nice. You don't even see the grime on the roads, that white grime. That you don't even see that out there.
Hmm.
You only see it in Rhode Island. It's really weird, but I've been doing it for a while. I mean, it's been, geez, since probably 2010. I've been doing that. I've been
How,
riding in the winter.
how long have you been riding for, though? Have you been riding your whole life?
Oh yeah, I've been riding since I was a kid.
All right. Started
I've
out
been riding
motocross.
from dirt bikes to and then as soon as I turned 16 or 17, I got my first road bike, which was a V45 Magna. So yeah, I rode that until I went in the Marines, and then I got back. I rode that for a little while. Had to give it up because of kids, obviously. That's the kid thing, and that whole scenario. You guys, if anybody has a family, they understand that. And then about 2007, I got back on the bike. So from like 85, 86, I think I had my bike till 90 actually. So from 90 to like 2007, I was bikeless. So,
All right.
So
but,
you had that Magna. Did you have anything after that, or does
no, that was it.
that was
I
it?
went
And
back.
then
Then I got my Dyna. I had a Dyna Super Glide,
Oh,
which
really?
I wish I had that bike back. I bought it brand new. Had 5,000 miles on it. I sold it to get a 2011 Street Glide.
Oh, okay.
And in between there and the bike I have now, the Road Glide I have now, we had a couple of Sportsters. I had a Dyna Fat Bob. Had a also, what else did I have? We had a V Rod in the garage. We had a couple of bikes in there. That's me and my kids. So like we were both back and forth. So, but I'm so impressed with this Road Glide I have. I don't know. This might be my last bike, but what I'd like to have is what you have, Brian, is that FXDR. That FXR. I would like to have one of those in my garage.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good
If I
bike
can
to have.
get one.
Well, what is your Road Glide now? What year is that?
That's a 19.
19 Road Glide. All right.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
and you got You got some fresh parts on that, right? You got some exhaust on there. You got a
Yeah, I basically I set my bike up because of the distance I ride for safety. So I got a lot of lights from Custom Dynamics on it. As you were behind me, Jim, you saw my light.
yep.
You know the light time. When I step on that brake pedal, you know I'm there. Same thing. I got gifted a I got gifted a headlight from HD Traveler. My other son. I have two sons, Corey and HD.
HD. Yep.
Yep.
He was a big supporter of this getting these
Gary
Rhody
is.
Riders on.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a big supporter.
We might have to adopt them legally.
yeah, I have. So yeah, he's awesome. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only and I got what else I got on that stupid bike? I don't even remember what I put on there.
Did you do bars on that bike? Did you have
Not
lowers?
yet. I was gonna get to that. Like I don't know where in the segment here, but I was gonna. I'm planning on putting bars on it this winter. That's before the spring, getting some bars. I hope Santa Claus is good to me. Maybe I get some, some thrashings. Something.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking. I've been leaning toward the thrashings, 6.5 inch pullback with the mid bends.
Yep.
So that's what I'm kind of leaning toward. But again, it's there's other bars out there too. So there's Alan Ness, but everybody keeps telling me go with the thrashings.
I got the Thrashing mid bends on my Dyna with the Thrashing 6-inch risers, and it's a Dyna. It's a little smaller. It fits perfect for me.
Right.
But on my Road Glide, I have a 6-inch straight riser with Biltwell bars, and those just have a good feel too. So there's so many out there that you can choose from. Speed Kings, Big Al's. There's so many different. Yeah.
What's the shop up near you? You guys go to up there close to you. The hell can't think of the name of it. You guys have mentioned it a couple of times.
Oh, Laconia Harley
They had a
Davidson.
toy run or something out of there just recently. Oh God.
Laconia Harley Davidson.
No. It's a small shop. That's out that way. They have custom products out there. Oh God, I can't think of the name off the top of my head. Anyways, they sell bars there also. They sell because I would like to go with some red bars on my bike.
Yep.
Red. I want to put because the bike is just totally black, and I'm thinking I want to break it up a little bit. So I'm thinking of going red bars on it.
You might be able to find a raw bar and have it powder coated too.
Yeah, I've been told that also to just have it find a
because
bar.
if you find something that you really really like and they don't make it in red, you can always have it powder coated.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's plenty of places around here with that.
Oh yeah, nice. That's cool. Yeah, so thrashing bar setup that'll be a game changer for you, putting some miles down and.
Oh yeah,
I like it. But
yeah, I saw them on yours, and I'm like, wow, that looks pretty good. When we went up to when we were up at the second dealership, when we were together, there was 2 road glides there.
Yep.
With the thrashings, and they didn't do the gauge relocations, so I guess you got to notch out the gauges, a little bit.
A little bit.
So my issue is right now, I went over to Precision, which Jim knows where that is, and I spoke to the head mechanic over there about if I relocate the bars, I have a little problem where I have a switch on the bezel, and it's for the fan. I have a fan on my bike.
Oh, like on the heads?
To relocate that switch, he's telling me, you can put it in a Farron. I was thinking more or less of maybe running the wire down the backbone and putting it underneath my seat where I have the deflectors, the heat deflectors.
Yep, you can flick it on and off like a little toggle switch.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you
don't want that up there, man. I don't, I think that would be a little hideous to have a button up inside there.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not running those in the wintertime anyways, those fans, are you?
No, those fans aren't in the winter. No, unless they're blowing heat.
Yeah.
Well, hey.
I'll tell you also in the winter, tires make a big difference. I used to run the Dunlops, when I first got my road glide. Was it street glide? Street glide. And I would run the Dunlops a couple of years in a row. And I mean, and somebody kept telling me, "Oh, you gotta go with the Mission Commander 2s at the time." So I go, "All right, I bet the bullet. I bought the Mission Commander 2s." Let me tell you something. When I got to those Commander 2s and I started riding in the winter, game changer.
Really?
Just a total game changer. I have the Commander 3s on my bike now, and it's the bike just, handles so much nicer. It's just so straight, it's smooth. And on top of that, I got the suspension technologies on my bike also.
There you
So
go.
that even became even much better. So that bike's really staying onto the ground while I'm riding. So
Yeah. Suspension's usually the key. Everybody overlooks suspension. It's definitely a good thing to have.
Yeah, I think people like look at suspension and they're like, well, it's expensive, and I could just put some bars and some exhaust on this thing and it'll look cool and sound cool. People don't really think about the suspension at all.
suspension and safety. People don't give a crap about safety about their bikes. They get on these things and they think, "Oh yeah, I'm just." But you know what? You want to be seen. You want to be heard.
For
Period.
sure.
That's tough. And the amount of miles I crush. Like I'm doing a 600-mile day, and it's dark out. You're on a road like I-90, coming home from upstate New York. There are no lights on that road. You want to be seen. You got to be seen. Yeah. If you're not, you think bad things can happen.
Yeah.
And not only that, you want to be heard also.
Yeah. Loud pipes save lives, man. Come on.
It's true.
It is true.
Goddamn truth, I'll tell you.
But all right. So, what's the longest trip you've been? You've left Rhode Island and you went where?
Virginia's the longest I've been so far.
All right.
Virginia's been the first. I went to VAM down in 2 years ago. So I got Shay. Come on. oh. VAM is probably the longest. Tazewell, Virginia is the longest ride I've taken on that.
Really? That's funny because when I first bought my brand new Harley in 03, me and my buddy Edwin took a road trip to Virginia Beach. That was our first. So that's probably the longest trip I've still to this date that I've taken on a bike. And that was an adventure for sure. God, being on the Jersey Turnpike, downpouring, and just being miserable.
Yeah, it's you got to be prepared for it. Second furthest is probably out to Ephrata. I was with Psycho Fanatics. If you guys know Psycho Fanatics.
Yep.
I was with John about 2 years ago. We went out to Ephrata, Pennsylvania, and that was a lot of fun. The only thing is I lost my Easy Pass. Doing a little bit of spirited riding and so that kind of sucked. But that was a pretty good ride too. I forget how many miles I put on that day or that weekend. And then obviously I did the Baggers and Brews, which I've done that. I did that, and I ended up going from Jersey all the way up to Lake Placid.
Oh, okay.
With a bunch of people, so
right.
That was a lot of fun. So this year, unfortunately, as you guys know or heard, my bike was down for 7 weeks, so I lost a lot of valuable riding time that I was going to go, some distances. I actually was planning on going to Tennessee, and that wasn't coming to fruition. So, but next year, I'll be probably in Tennessee, West Virginia, hopefully New Jersey, Pennsylvania. I'm thinking of going with you guys, and up into
Americade.
Maybe I'll be up there.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to get Jim to come with me a lot more this summer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Good luck with that.
Oh, we will.
For sure.
Don't worry about it.
Every other Sunday.
All right. Well, the plan on that then.
So
we ride every Sunday, unless I'm away, or or guys aren't able to ride for whatever weather permitting, all that good stuff. But,
so what happened to your bike when it was down for 7 weeks? What happened? I don't remember.
I had problems with the cylinders. They got carboned up, and I know everybody's gonna laugh at that word, carbon.
Carbon, yeah. What's up with this? This is a Rhode Island, Massachusetts,
carbon fiber thing. I don't
know.
New
York. Your accent's all over the place.
Yeah.
Either you're from Boston like me and Jim, or you're from New York and you're in the middle. Rhode Island.
In the middle. Rhode Island has its own little their own slang too. We have slang words too that we use.
You're like a little tribe down there.
Oh. but carbon fiber is a common denominator on motorcycles these days.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, where was I? It was yeah. So I lost train of thought.
All right. So no, you're
What's it, Jim?
you
That's right. Jim is going to be coming with us every other Sunday. You heard it, everybody. Listen, everybody,
out there.
you heard this guy's coming with me every other Sunday.
all right. All right. Let's get back. So your cylinders were all carboned up.
They were carboned up.
All right.
The bike was running like it was running rough a little bit. I thought it was my lifters because it was really clacking. Like, you know how the lifters sound when they stop going?
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what it sounded. So I'm thinking it's lifters. So this is in May. May I had this problem. May, June, something like that. So
Right in the beginning.
my bike is under warranty. That's why there has been no performance measures done to my bike because it's warranty. Thank God that I had it. So I went over to the local Harley Davidson shop, asked them, they said, when can I get this in to get this fixed? Blah, blah, blah. They said, we won't get this back to you till the end of July. I'm like, oh my God. This is May. I'm July. So I'm like, you gotta do better than this. No, they couldn't get me in there. I said, all right, put me on the list in case there's a cancellation or something. So secretly, they told me to go to another dealership.
Oh,
So
all right.
which I did. I made a phone call. He said, oh yeah, bring it right down. I said, but we can't promise you when we can get to it. I go, well, at least I know the bike is in the shop, right? Yeah. 7 weeks later,
Oh,
I'm pulling it out, and it just screwed my whole summer up, screwed up all my plans, and
no,
I just whatever.
that's
So then I winged it.
that's why you need more than one bike, just in case. You never know.
Then
Right.
I think the funnest ride I went on was where you went to Indian Larry's.
Oh yeah, that was a blast.
That was a lot of fun.
I still can't believe I didn't meet up with you there.
I know.
Brooklyn, you would think. Well, you think Brooklyn, it's 1,000 people, but it was just 2 blocks. And
It was totally confined in one area, and
Yeah.
I didn't see you anywhere.
I walked by the same.
here when I was over here, and
Yeah, right.
so
I walked
I
by the
did-
same people.
I did meet up with VP Customs, John from Jet Films.
Yep.
I met, met.
Yeah.
I was hanging around with Jody Perowitz. You guys
Oh,
know.
sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
My son's good friends with them. So
I think he's big time in us right
Yeah, I
now. Yeah,
know.
I hung out with the Perowitzes.
yeah, well, I don't just Jody. It's
Hey, well, you hung out with the Perowitzes, but I have a rear fender that Dave Perowitz sold to me at a swap meet, so it's on my shovel head right now. So there's that.
that's even more important.
Yep, there's that.
I did get to talk to Dave. I went to the shop. We had some small ride bike night or something, and I was invited to go, and I ended up at the shop, and me and Dave had a nice little discussion. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, they're pretty.
they
they're
do.
cool people.
They do bike nights out of there, once a month or something?
I think I don't know. I know that it wasn't even for them. It was for another place that we went to.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
My daughter went with me. She was talking to Jody, and we had a really good time. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, at Indian Larry, I met everybody you met just at different times. I was hanging out with
Right.
Eric from VP, and and
That's so weird. That
I
I
know.
didn't see.
But,
I don't know.
It's
how that
kind of
happened.
funny. It's kind of funny how big the community is, but how small it can be at times too.
well, let's
I
just.
want to.
There's another one next year.
Is there?
I don't know. I'm hoping, but I doubt it.
Oh, I hope so. That was a lot of fun.
I know they had a
It's-
big sidewalk
If they-
sale. They were getting rid of everything, so
Yeah, if they did have it, it's not going to be obviously not in the same place, and I don't know if the same vibe will exist. That was a really cool vibe right there. That was something special.
yeah,
If you guys out there missed that, shame on you.
Exactly.
That was what, 20th or
that was the
20th, right?
21st, I believe. Maybe it was the 20th. I can't remember now.
I thought it was the 20th.
I forget.
So Jim, I was going to tell you that if I do ever get a sponsor for heated gear, you're in.
All right. You get a heated gear sponsor, and I get some heated gear. I'll come for a ride with you. I got to ask you this question because you're clearly a Harley guy through and through, right? But
Yes.
the way that you ride and the time that you ride, have you ever, or would you ever, and I'm going a little off brand here, but would you ever consider a Goldwing?
I'll tell you what. I had neighbors growing up that had Gold Wings, and they are a motorcycle that you would want to be on if you were going from here to California to Canada. Yeah, I would consider if I was going to do something like that. Absolutely, a motorcycle's a motorcycle to me, basically. But that bike there, and any Harley rider that's knows those, but they will say they're the Cadillac of motorcycles. And if you're going to do something that you're going to be out on the road for months, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would consider that.
Yeah, that's
I mean, it's I don't know. Bikes are bikes to me. Like I like all bikes. I just don't just Harleys. Yeah, I'm a true and true Harley guy. I love Harley Davidson. They're my favorite bike. But would I get on it? Another type of bike like an Indian or Sun or a Suzuki? Or yeah, I would try it. I'd ride it down. Who cares? I just ride the shit out of it.
yeah, you're still on two wheels, hanging out in
Yeah.
the wind.
Yeah. Because how do some people like don't realize that they might be on the wrong bike. I've noticed that a lot in the Harley world. But people buy bikes just because, oh, my friend has a road glide or my friend has a street glide, and they're on the wrong bike. They sometimes they get in and all of a sudden they can't handle it. It's too big for them. Like, or it's not, it's just not what they expected. They wanted to go a little faster. But so
Yeah. Well, that's how you end up with 5 bikes in your garage.
correct.
You're not sure which one you want.
Right.
So,
So which one? Yeah, but for you, Brian, you ride like basically 2 bikes. The other ones kind of, they sit there and
yeah,
do
they
it
said
all
I
the time.
work on them and they
Yeah.
They
sit
look
there.
nice though.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Well,
Beautiful.
the FXR is coming to Daytona this year, so that'll be the bike Daytona. Just
And
because.
now there's a question: are you riding or trailering?
What kind of question is that? Of course I'm trailering.
Oh my god!
He's gonna
Come on.
ride that. He's gonna ride that FXR. He'll be lucky if it makes it out of Connecticut.
Well, no,
It's an FXR.
it's well, the road trip down there with my buddy in the truck is part of the experience for me. Just cruising down there together. We'll stay in like somewhere in South Carolina,
Yep.
go out for dinner to Hooters, and it's just enjoyable. I don't know. Then we get there and we ride.
All kidding aside, I'd probably trail it down too.
Are you going this year?
I would like to. I'm trying to convince somebody to go, but
Yeah, hey, if you're gonna go, let me know.
yeah,
We're
I
down
know. I know. Today's Sunday, and this is going to premiere on Tuesday.
Yep.
So I know that Wednesday is a big day for you guys, and one and only buddy of mine, close friend of mine.
Yeah, we go out. This Wednesday we go
He's gonna be
live with Dr. Harley.
Yes,
So,
he is going to be there.
yep, yeah, he's gonna be in Daytona.
That is one awesome individual right there, Doc.
Yeah, I can't wait to do it.
They don't come any better than that. So, yeah, I would love to go down there and hang out with them. They're going to be, the Cackleberry, I believe, is where they kind of have their home base.
Home base. Yep.
So,
Yeah,
I would love to do it.
it's gonna be a good time for sure. It always is. I've been going for 17, 15 years, something like that in a row.
Really?
So every year I get excited and I think, how can I get this excited for Daytona every year? And I just do. It's just get out of the cold, get down there on the beach with my friends. It's just, you meet people throughout the year and then you meet them down there. It's just fun. And there's starting to be more and more shows down there now. FXR
Right.
shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, performance
Yeah,
shows, and there's some good riding. You can go across Ocala through the state park, go to like the Gulf side. There's some pretty good riding out there.
On the Tampa.
Yeah, out Tampa, Clearwater.
Clearwater, down
Yep.
St. Pete's area. Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
So what are your plans this summer? Are you gonna wing it for the rest of the year, or you have set dates you're gonna?
Oh yeah, so I'm going to Daytona in March, April, May, and then June we're doing Americade in Laconia.
Yep.
And then I'm going to Sturgis this year, so I'll be in Sturgis, and then that's in August, and then that I don't know what after that, but so Daytona and Sturgis, Laconia, Americade are the big ones for me this year.
And there's some of those Well, I'll definitely be doing Americade and Laconia. I don't know if I doubt I'm gonna make Sturgis because I just think it's gonna be too long of a trip.
Yeah.
But then there's a lot of those weekend ones too, like all the ones out in New York, right? So the Deadbeat Retreat, the Catskill Mountain Thunder. What was the other one, Brian? Oh, the FXR shows out there this year. There's one out there that we were looking into. They're kind of all at the same place at that Blackthorn Resort.
Yep. Yeah. East Coast FXR Jam.
Yeah, so we're looking at some of those smaller ones too.
Smaller but and close, not too far.
Yeah.
Accessible for a weekend type of thing.
Yeah.
Get there, get back. Yeah, that's that. Maybe I'll join you on one or two.
Well, hey,
I mean, some of those we're talking about pretty much like riding out like Friday like afternoon and coming home on Sunday. You know what I mean? That type of thing. So we're not thinking like we're gonna plan 5 days or anything,
But I'll be coming for you our Sunday ride with you guys. Maybe like once a month. I'll come down to Rhode Island.
That'd be awesome.
So
Brian is
I'm working on my garage, so you might have a place to put a bike over there of yours, so you can come down in the winter.
All right,
Brian.
Take your Ford F-150, come down with those nice damn rims on it, and get your ass down here and do some riding.
Brian is a notorious Rhode Island hater.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey,
you don't like Rhode Island?
I used to work for a company. We delivered food. I used to deliver to all the public schools down in Rhode Island, right?
Yeah.
So back when I was like 30, I used to go into these cafeterias, and these cafeteria ladies, they'd be in awe. Look at this guy coming delivering my food. They'd all want to talk to me. They'd all shove me in the refrigerator, talk to me, blah, blah. They want to set me up with their nieces, their granddaughters.
It's because you had a job.
Yeah. But I got to say, when I used to go to Rhode Island, those bitches, they were so mean. Like, they all had these attitude problems.
Oh, they do.
And
I think they're from New York.
Yeah, I'm like, I hate Rhode Island. Like, the people are just rude down here.
Once you get to know us, you'll love us.
I know.
Yeah, you're friends for life,
But yeah, that's only my Rhode Island experience. So, but I got to ask you, Rhody, is Newport, Rhode Island worth the ride to go through the mansions?
I worked a lot down there, so.
All right, so
it's the one problem is that they really frown on loud pipes down there. They have a noise ordinance with the pipes.
Yep.
So that's one drawback. Two is the amount of people in such a small space driving around. You got people crossing the road. Is it worth it? Yeah, to do it one time, to go down Ocean Drive and come around and see the mansions and and see some of the attractions there, the boats and but is it to do it all the time? Nah.
So were you there? Were you out looking for Jesse James's French Bulldog when he lost his bulldog?
No, I remember that. I remember that. He was with Sandra Bullock at the time, I believe.
Oh, it was that long ago, huh?
Yeah, I think she was with her. So
yeah.
You know what's funny? There's a lot of celebs that just go to Newport.
Yeah. I was reading up. They got this. Have you ever been to the Motor Week?
Yeah, with Jay Leno.
Yeah.
Actually, that's the Audrain, car show, and that's with Jay Leno and a lot of other people. But no, the answer is that no, I haven't been to that. But here on the radio, they promote it really big.
Yeah,
and they have a lot of what Jay Leno really likes is the fact that it's not the people that come in with $1 million cars. He goes. He likes the people, like us, the ordinary people that come in, and we've had this car since we were kids, and we fix them up and we bring them in there.
Yeah.
He loves that. He loves the fact that people do that. He goes, hey, you got millions of dollars, you can buy whatever the hell you want, he says. But it's that guy, that blue collar guy that's had that thing since he was in high school. He's been working on it, and he's kept it, and he's showcasing it. He's able to showcase it somewhere.
Yeah.
Which that was pretty cool to hear that he's really into that.
Yeah, because we're not all like Jay Leno can have a 24/7 mechanic on duty to work on all his cars to keep them running.
Yeah. Heated goddamn they're like hangars with cars.
But all his vehicles, they all run and ride. he can go up to any vehicle at any time and jump in it and go.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah.
I think Rhody probably spends more time down at Watch Hill looking out for Taylor Swift, anyways.
Yeah. I've been by her house. I did working in the cable industry for me. I've been down to Watch Hill a lot. Working on some of the hotels and stuff because I worked in the and yeah, her house is there. It's just and it is what it is. Yeah. The reason why starstruck things for me is,
Yeah.
I was out in California a lot, back in the early 2000s, and my sister worked in the movie industry, so I was out there, and I was going to get to that with Jay Leno. There's Bob's Big Boys Burgers or something, like some kind of thing in there in Burbank, because my sister lived in Burbank, and I used to go to the car shows there. You want to see car shows, and with some original vehicle. Oh my God, that's a car show. That is insane. Like the cars that I saw there, unbelievable. Then the guys pulling in. I thought these things were race cars coming in. There was those big V8 motorcycles. What are they called? The Boss Hog.
Boss Hog.
Dude, the ground is rumbling. I'm like, holy crap! And they're coming on with their girls on the back. I'm like, how the hell are you holding the bike up?
Yeah.
Never mind having another 100 pounds on the back of it.
Dude, those Boss Hosses, I swear, the only time I ever see them is in Daytona. I you don't see them around here.
No, I never saw one around here.
You can only
out there. Dude,
down in Florida
like
they got them. Down in Florida because you can only go straight. Those things don't turn well.
With a 350 Chevy.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a 350 Chevy engine on that thing. It's stupid with straight pipe side. When it's coming in, you swear to God that a NASCAR is coming in there. It's just rumbling the shit out of it. When you have two of them coming in, holy crap, man!
Yeah,
it's something.
They sound pretty cool, but
but they're impractical. They're not, they're like building the big, Easy Rider choppers with the big forks on them. They're just impractical they're beautiful. I like it. I like all that, like the nostalgia stuff. But purpose of riding them, they're like a bar hop.
No, you bring them to bike weeks and you park them on Main Street and let everybody look at them, take pictures.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, no thanks.
No thanks. It's all good though. I mean, that's the motorcycle world, dude. So I got a question for you guys. Where do you think? Now that we're in performance bagger mode right now, where do you think Harley Davidson's going? What do you think is the next big thing? Do you think we're going into Viculas and those, or what do you think's happening?
Well, like I said, every year going to Daytona, there's usually a style, right? Mm-hmm. So performance baggers have been pretty relevant last few years. Right. Last year, Dynas and FXRs were taking over. But I did see the Vicla style is starting to come out. So that could be because I think everybody's getting away from the performance bagger now. Now that it's getting a little big, money has gotten into it. The Lowrider ST is out. And I think people are looking for something different. So they're going to get an old Softail and turn it into a Vicla style. And that's what I think, but I don't know.
So then now I guess we should invest in Softails.
Yeah, you can get them cheap.
I don't know. I don't know if those ever really go out of style. Like they're so cool. They always kind of like they come around every now and then. Like I love that style. I could see. It seems like Harley Davidson's a little bit itchy. Like remember when they had all the Buells and things like that, and now that's kind of branched off. Buell's doing his own thing. Like I could see Harley trying to get back into some sort of like sporty, maybe cafe style, like I don't know if the people
European
would eat it up, but yeah, like I could see Harley trying to get into that. If you look at some of like the Sportster models that have come and gone over the last like 4 or 5 years, maybe 10 years, I could see Harley trying to move back into like more of a cafe style.
I wish they would just bring back. I'll tell you right now. I wish they would just bring back the original Dynas with the without the mono shock, just the regular, shocks on, just the old school Dynas. That's what I wish they'd bring back.
Yeah.
Well,
that's something I would really appreciate.
Harley Davidson really pushed the Pan America, and that is a cool bike. So that might be the way they're going. They might start pushing some more models out of that.
Yeah. Adventure bikes. They're going into the adventure bike.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's I just my guess is as good as yours. I don't know, have any clue. All I know is that this year Harley Davidson seemed like they were, trying to sell more motor clothes than they were motorcycles.
Yeah, well, that's always been the case with Harley Davidson. They, go in there, buy $100 T-shirt.
It seems with the new president of the company, he came from the sneaker
Puma.
background, and he had the motorcycle thing. I don't know. It's just weird.
That whole thing that happened the middle of the summer, that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Everybody was going to Indian. Harley Davidson was woke. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was up in arms about it. My buddy Todd was about to sell his Harley and go buy an Indian the next day. So I don't know. They got to do something, because I think I've been going to the dealerships, been looking at lowrider STs. I love that bike. So I've been looking for a lowrider ST, and every time I go to the dealership, there's nobody there. It's kind of empty. So I think the prices are going to come down. They got to do something, because they're not selling bikes right now.
No, they're not. They're having an issue trying to sell bikes.
Yeah.
They got 2023 leftovers still, like, hanging around, and they can't get rid of them.
Yeah.
They just can't get rid of them.
And this is crazy too, because
What the hell was that?
Jesus Christ.
Get that studio built.
Because we can all remember walking into the dealership and not being able to find a new bike, but all of those bikes that you couldn't find back then are all the bikes everybody wants to buy used now.
Right.
And they're so popular and they're coming around. I mean, look, the Lowrider ST, the Road Glide, I mean, that's as popular as Harley Davidson's ever been. But I don't see a lot of like newer Sportsters on the road. I don't see as many Street Glides as there were 5-10 years ago. I mean, Street Glides were everywhere.
That's what I had.
The Ultras, the Ultras, like a lot of people aren't buying those. They're struggling, but like the old bikes that were always hard to get, people still love them and still want them.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100% with you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're just, I don't know where they're going, Howard. That's why I was asking you guys where you had any idea where you think they might be going.
I think that they got to try to get the younger crowd, obviously, because their fan base is our age, right?
Yeah.
We're the ones that are buying the new bikes. So they got to get the kids, like the 22-year-olds that just got a job. They want to buy brand new bikes and have a Harley Davidson, and then it'll grow. But
my thing is, these kids today, they're more like computer side, and they're home with the gaming and all that. They're not like us guys where we were outside all the time, riding dirt bikes, building like these kids aren't like that anymore.
I know.
It's trying to introduce them, like, I think it's up to, grandparents and parents of kids to introduce them into the motorcycles. I don't know, at least I know one thing. I had places to ride my mini bike. Today, these kids ain't got a place to ride. They can't. I used to hang out on the street and on the corners and stuff, like, sitting there with all my friends. Can't do that anymore.
I know.
They're taking these kids and kind of shelter them and put them in the houses and not allow them to really, hang out.
So did your dad have a motorcycle? Is that how you got into it? Or no?
No, I just had I had all my friends. We just were always active, always playing sports. I played hockey since I was 5. I think we were talking about that when we last met.
That's how Jimmy and I met. We played hockey when we were 5, 6 years old.
And it just, and then motorcycles came in, and, there was the older kids that had the Harleys, and there was some, there was a couple of little clubs that were around too, in my near,
Yeah.
So you've seen the bikes, and it's just kind of, dirt bikes were a big thing. And,
huge.
I had friends that raced for Honda. They literally raced dirt bikes for Honda, 2 guys that I hung around with in high school. And so I just was into motorcycles, and sports.
Dirt
Well,
bikes.
I think it's different in different parts of the country too, because I think if you still go to places like Arizona, Nevada, and stuff like that, like people go out to the dunes, they don't get harassed. Here in the Northeast, you can't go anywhere. You can't ride anywhere.
No. Yeah, you're always being condemned for what and then you want these kids to not commit crime, do gang things. but they don't give them any outlets like that, like a place to ride motorcycles.
Like
That
New
would make it work.
New Hampshire has a good trail system and stuff like that. And yeah, you can get your off-road permit and you can ride the trails in your four-wheeler or a dirt bike or a snowmobile or whatever. But then they're out there policing it too, like checking speed limits and shit.
Yeah, dude, I got pulled over for going too fast on my 4-wheeler on the trails. I'm like, I don't even have a speedometer.
How about a snowmobile? Same thing, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can't go if you go too fast, you're gonna get a ticket.
Really?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. That's asinine. It's
Yeah,
asinine.
that's where we're at today. But
Well,
like you're right, like trying to get these kids, like get them out and get them exposed to it. And I think all the technology that Harley puts into the bikes right now, it does appeal to a younger generation. The being able to integrate your phone with your radio and all that stuff. I mean, it does appeal to them.
right.
I just don't know if the riding of the motorcycle appeals to the mass youth like it used to.
There are kids literally that won't buy cars.
I know.
They Uber everywhere.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I could not get dirt bikes off my mind. Like I would literally ride home on the school bus and imagine myself riding a dirt bike next to the bus.
Yeah. Yep.
And when I got home, I'd be in the garage on my dirt bike, out in the soccer fields, going up to Jimmy's house, and we'd be getting harassed by the soccer parents. Remember that, Jim?
Yeah.
We'd be riding through the soccer fields, and
Oh yeah.
it's like,
And before we had dirt bikes, we rode our pedal bikes all down the same trails, the same roads, everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretending you're on the motorcycle.
oh yeah,
Yep.
putting a Coke can in the back tire
Yeah.
so it sound like a dirt bike.
Jumping. We tried to build ramp like we'd find mounds to go off of. Man,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
surprised I'm alive.
Yeah,
The things that I did.
Surprised I can still walk.
Yeah, exactly.
Crashes I've taken.
Oh my
Building
God.
building jumps out of like any piece of scrap wood you could find anywhere, any spare nails, screws,
Oh,
whatever.
I used to live in this condo apartment, and all the garages were connected. So Jimmy and I would go up there, and we'd take boards out of the garage and bring them out into the woods, make tree forts and jumps.
Yeah.
And it's like just
Yeah.
tree forts. Like nobody makes tree forts anymore. No kids.
Nope.
No.
They don't do any of that. They have no skill set like with their hands to build anything.
Yeah.
It's a dying art. It's sad. Go look at the shops. Go around and look at some of these Harley shops. Some of these kids are like, they don't even want to be there. Like they just don't. They're not. It's not like I would be as a kid to go in a motor like to deal with cars or whatever. Oh yeah, let me.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. I don't get it.
man.
I mean, that's just time. Sign of the ages, and
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just hoping that going forward with the motorcycle industries that they figure it out. I just hope that they have these people, these mucky mucks that do all these analytics and they get it. They figure it out to get the new people in there to ride these bikes. Or
yeah, I mean, it's definitely it's got to be in your blood though. Like you and I and Jim, like the adrenaline we get from riding a motorcycle is just. I mean, the kids these days they'll never know because
they don't do it.
They get that adrenaline from winning a game on Xbox or something,
Yeah.
So it's
Fortnite.
yeah, so it's tough. I don't know. I don't know where Harley's going, but I hope they.
Not even Harley. What about all the other brands? I mean, they're two wheels. They're recreational vehicles. They're not. So you're talking Suzuki, Yamaha, Kawasaki, all these other brands.
KTM's going bankrupt.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, so
KTM, that's true. That's happening.
Yep, that's what are they?
Yeah, they're on the verge of bankruptcy. I know that it's not going to affect their race team, but they're trying to do a reshuffling of the assets and things like that. There's a good chance there won't be any new like KTM products for at least a while until they kind of figure it out. And they're trying to keep it going. But KTM's another manufacturer that they saturated the market with their product. Like they have so many different models within a field. So like they have enduro bikes and they have like a 200, a 250, a 300, a 350, a 400, a 450, like, and they really just need to, downsize it and that. And I had a KTM, I had a 2-stroke KTM. I loved the hell out of that bike. And it was a lot of fun, but it's just that kids aren't buying those dirt bikes anymore. The kids that race buy them. That's it.
Yep.
Yep.
Isn't that sound of a two-stroke so nice?
So
There's nothing like that.
so good, so good.
Ding ding. That I call it the wing ding. I love
Yep.
it, man.
Oh.
It's just it's there's nothing like that.
No.
As a kid too, you can hear the oil fuel mix. You could smell that. It's
Oh.
like I don't know.
I used to live near railroad tracks, and if I heard a two-stroke coming down that railroad tracks, I would run
You're running.
outside just to see him drive by me.
Yeah.
And like, oh yeah, like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's just I don't know where that all went to. Like all that, it just disappeared. Boom.
Well, and plus, like you said, there's nowhere to ride anymore. That's why I got rid of my dirt bikes. There's nowhere to ride. Everybody's harassing you.
Right. And it sucks because think about it today. Me, you, Jim, we could get on our bikes, wheel it out of the yard, and ring, start that thing up and ride down the street, get into the woods, and we're having fun, right?
Yeah.
Today, in order to ride one of those bikes, you got to buy a trailer, you need a truck, you got to make sure your father drives you there, or he's going to bug him, I got to work today. That's why it's like it's so much of a hassle for kids today.
Well, I went right from my garage, so if I had to depend on my dad to drive me anywhere, I probably would never go anywhere.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah,
that's where where it's going. It's sad. It's just such a sad.
So
thing.
there's a few more like tracks that kids can go to that have like open practice all every day.
Mhm.
I follow a couple on Facebook. Not that I'll ever go there because I'm way too old to ride a dirt bike, which is cool because we didn't have that growing up. There was like one place, and then there was another one like 100 miles away.
Right.
So there's a few more of those. But like you said, get it on a trailer, get somebody to drive you there.
The whole day.
Then they got to dedicate the time to like stay with you and be there and ride. And it's a little bit different when you have your own car and your own vehicle. But what 16, 17-year-old kids got a truck, a trailer, a dirt bike? I mean, not a lot.
well, and that's another thing. It's dangerous. So like the new moms and parents, they don't want Johnny getting out there breaking his wrist. So there's that part too. It's dangerous.
They're all the helicopter parents.
Exactly.
So
forget about
it. You're never gonna learn. It's gonna be. That's why kids are so soft. A lot of them. They just they're just soft.
Yeah, I agree. It's a different world, man. It's definitely a different world. And
Well, switching gears, here's something I want to ask you guys too. Is where do you, with you guys now on here, which I really appreciate you having me on, and now you guys are doing the YouTube thing. Are you guys really like want to get really into the YouTube, like where you're you're getting this almost as a business, like some people do?
I mean, if it got to that point, that would be great. I try to put out other videos just about the bikes I have and stuff. I put out some bike checks, and they've done pretty good. And so put this out along with some other motorcycle content, and if it catches on, it'll be great. But I don't know. How's your YouTube going?
For me, that's why I was bringing it out. It's curious where you wanted to take this because it is a job. I mean, if you do this it's a job. I do it because I look at it as when I'm gone, I got my grandkids and people can see these videos, right? I do it for my friends, like so they get because some of these guys that I hang around with don't know shit from Cheyenne about video, and they see me with cameras on it, like they think I'm out of my cotton pick and mine. I'm 63 years old almost in March, doing YouTube, and I take it to I just do it to meet a lot of people. I've met so many people in this genre that's insane, and I met like from Adam Sandoval, hanging out with him and his wife, to inviting me to their campground, to John from Psycho Fanatics, to you name it, just bags and just people in general I've met that in this genre it is unbelievable. And I got 304 subscribers. I don't really care. That's not what I'm here to meet people in this and have a lot of fun.
That's what it's all about. Meeting guys, going for rides. It's just meeting new people.
One thing. Yeah, and I think that for us, I mean, that was kind of our goal, was to really just be like, listen, we're talking about bikes all the time. We can sit down, we can record it, and then, we like the interaction with people, like the when people, ask us questions. Our buddy Kyle talks shit to us in comments and stuff like that, but he's still listening. Like, I love that. And that's really why we're doing it. Like, I don't foresee a time where I think that Brian and I can really like dedicate our time to this to be like a business, unless it kind of blew up overnight, like some weird thing happened,
It can.
I mean, it can, right? But
Possible.
it would have to really be like a viable thing, like as a steady like growth, yeah, like maybe over time. But we just want to have the opportunity to like meet a ton of people. We get people we're looking forward to, like, oh, we're going to Americade, right? So we're gonna meet up with Night Owl Rides, and we're gonna meet up with VP Customs, and hopefully, you'll ride out with me and
Other people.
Chris and stuff like that. And then they kind of interact with us through here, and we all have fun, and that's what it's really all about.
What I found was what so made me feel so good when we went to Brooklyn to Indian Larry's. I'm sitting there talking to John from Jet Films, and this guy walks up to me out of the blue. He says, "Hey, Rhody, I follow you. I don't know this guy from a hole in the wall. Like, I never met. Like, I knew I'd seen his name, but you'll be surprised the amount of people that actually follow you, but might not subscribe to you. There's people that just don't subscribe for whatever godforsaken reason. I've had people go, "Oh yeah, I watch your channel." I was like, "But you don't subscribe." I mean, it's free to subscribe.
Yeah.
So you're just going to help me out. But yeah, there's a lot of people who do that. They just watch videos. There's people that don't even watch TV. They just watch YouTube, believe it or not. And they're
That's
not just
Brian.
watching us. They're watching like building things and camping and stuff. So it's weird. It's weird. It was weird, but it was cool to know that, hey, somebody's actually watching my shit.
Yeah, no, like I was talking to Eric from VP Customs, so he, on that Road Queen that they're building, he opened up the cam chest and was checking the chain tensioners. And that video inspired me to go look on my Dyna, take it apart, and make sure everything's all right. And I was talking to him, and he's like, I'm like, it was your video that made me go do that. He's like, really? He was, and I could see it, that it made him, feel good about making that video. And then like somebody actually responded to it, and it's cool.
Right. And the only reason I'm sitting here talking to you guys right now is because I remember 3-4 years ago sitting on my couch with my kid watching YouTube videos, and I see this guy riding, and like, how the hell is he riding and there's nobody filming him? Like, there's something, he's getting recorded. I didn't shoot about 360 cameras and stuff. And it was John from Cycle Fanatics, because he kind of inspired me.
Yep.
And I got to meet him and hang out with him, and then here I am. It's just, for me, I don't put that oomph into my channel where a lot of guys got to, I just don't do that. I just prefer to meet people through my channel.
I hear you. When are you gonna put out? I mean, when we went for our ride together, you had a camera, you had the video out.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that.
I have a ton of folders with videos in them. I actually have somebody right now, a kid that I handed a thumb drive to, and I want to see. He's gonna produce a video for me that I recorded, and I want to see how that comes out in comparison to how I do it.
Yep.
I want to see somebody else do my video and what I could make better in my videos, because most of my videos are vlogging videos now. Like, I just go out, ride, vlog, talk. Hardly talk. I do a lot of more recording, but I do have ours, and I'll get to it.
Yeah.
But there'll be many more of ours.
But I mean, to me, like, that's the coolest thing. Like,
what? What's the coolest thing?
No, just the coolest thing is just like creating that group. They're just creating that group of people. Like, I would have never met Rhody. I would have never talked to HD. I would have never talked to Brendan. I haven't seen Edwin in 13 years. Just that kind of stuff. Like, it brings people together, and I it's just a blast.
No, totally.
I just this has been for me like a lifesaver in one way, because I don't know what I'd be doing. Like I'd be sitting on a couch doing
Yeah.
nothing. This
Are you
is
are you retired? What's your status?
well, yes, technically I'm retired. But I help my son. He owns an insulation company and a dumpster company.
Okay.
So yeah, he needs help. So that's what I do. I go and help him out. Technically, am I working? Yeah, but I'm retired. I collect my pension and blah blah blah. So
Awesome.
but yeah, that's what But if I decide, if you told me, hey, then goes Randy, I'm going here. Meet me here on Wednesday in the afternoon. I can go do that. I just
All
tell
right,
him.
let me put that down. Hold on,
Yeah.
just in
So
case.
I have the free. He'll give me the freedom to go do what I need to do.
I got absolutely nothing going on all winter long, so I don't work either. So
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
hanging out, thinking about motorcycles.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yep.
So yeah, that's basically for me, YouTube is just an avenue to meet people like minded.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
and
How'd you get your name? Is it pretty self-explanatory? Rhody Riderz.
stuff. Yeah, it's funny because Rhody is the Rhode Island bird, the Rhode
Yeah.
Island
What
red.
is do you know the state bird for Rhode Island?
Yes, it's a Rhode Island red.
Yeah,
Yes,
the red chicken.
it's a red rooster.
Red rooster.
Chicken.
That's why you bring your cock wherever you go, right?
I bring my car. Yeah, that's another whole story. I can tell you that story. How my bike became the cock glide. We can thank one and only, and I hope she's listening to this on Tuesday. Wind Road Therapy. She's she's the one that created this whole cock glide thing because it just took off from her.
That's
We,
funny.
we were
Yeah.
out we were out in Jersey, and yeah, she was she she was at the restaurant, and it's packed with people in this restaurant, and she's walking toward me. I think I was grabbing actually tools for somebody because they needed their handlebars tightened up. So I had tools in my bag. I was grabbing those. Corey was with me, and she goes, "Hey, Rhody." She turns around. "Hey, Rhody, show me your cock." So I'm like, I had my face up. Huh? It was like all these people like kind of dropped their food out of their mouth and looked over at me. I'm like, and then I grabbed him, which he's out on my bike right now. And I grabbed him and I said, "No, she's talking about this one." People were dying rolling. And then it took off from there. And then, I said, "You know what? I'm going to make a channel for him, like an Instagram
Yep.
channel." So, and then, I call him Rhody, the world's famous cock.
Yep. So what? That's
I
Rhody.
actually had a guy want to buy, when we were in Brooklyn,
Yeah.
a guy wanted to buy that from me.
Oh, there's no price for your cock.
No, I told him that. I said, "No, I'm not. I don't sell my cock to anybody." It's just funny, man. It's meant to be funny. That's what I take it. Also, matter of fact, the name Tanya is Tanya, right? EP Customs. That's
Yep.
the name. Tanya goes, she goes, go get it, right? Because it was in I put them in my bag. So my bike wasn't too far from them. So I like a street away. So I'm running across, I'm going weaving through all the guys burning out and wheelies and crap, all that craziness, right? Get over there, and there's these dudes big dudes sitting on their bikes, leaning on the bike. You know how everybody's got their legs up there. So I look at him, I go, "Hey guys," I go, "Look at what?" I said, "Would you like to see my cock?" These dudes were going to kill me. I mean, we're in Brooklyn. I'm saying this.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
What the? So I open a bag at him. I pull it out. These dudes were on the ground rolling. They were dying. He goes, you got me. He goes, we didn't know what to expect. He's going, so yeah, I got them. And then, yeah, obviously you see Tanya had it on her by pictures of. It's just, it's, with you guys, is drinking Coronas with you. And,
it's just
hanging out with the girl, she was see that way. She was pretty nice with that. She was,
Yeah.
everybody's receptive to your cock.
Yeah, everybody is. I'm simply amazed.
Yeah.
I'm simply amazed. It's
When
about
I think
12
of-
inches, too. Cool.
When I think of the Rhode Island Red, I always think, you guys probably haven't seen it. You ever see the movie The Devil's Rejects?
Yes.
That's all I ever think of is that fucking scene when they go to buy the chickens.
Oh. That movie's brutal, man.
Oh,
That is a brutal.
Do you know anything about that, Brian? Any of those?
No, I never watched that movie.
So that's Rob Zombie. You know who Rob Zombie is?
Yeah.
And he's from our neighborhood, right? He grew up in Haverhill.
Haverhill, yeah.
Yeah. So he did
Yeah, he's from Mass.
he He did House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects, and there's another one that just came out like 2 years ago. I forget the name of it. But you got to Google that scene. Devil's Rejects, Rhode Island Red.
All right.
Yeah. It's nothing like, it's just funny. It's not like anything
just,
like, it's not going to make your skin crawl or anything like that.
No. But that movie's pretty
brutal.
Yeah.
Well, before we get out of here, Rhody, we gotta. So, Yankees or Red Sox? What are you a fan of?
Red Sox.
Red Sox. All right. All right. That's good. I was expecting to hear Yankees, but
Nah, you know what? There's a cutoff. I don't know where it is in Connecticut. That there's like Giants, and that's another thing. The Giants. How come you'll see a lot of people liking the Giants here in New England? There's a lot of Giants fans.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons I think was back, that first of all, the Patriots sucked really bad back then. And I don't even think that the Patriots were actually in the league. So the Giants was the closest team. So were the Yankees and the Red Sox. There's that, I don't know where that line is.
It's there, but you get to a certain point and they're all Yankees fans.
Yeah, you see NYs all over their hats and
yep.
Yeah. Anyways, Windrow Therapy, that was pretty cool. Me and her and a couple other people, we ended up going to the Baseball Hall of Fame. When I left New Jersey, we rode up. I stayed overnight. Then we went up to Lake George, then Lake Placid.
Yep.
Then came back the next day. We went out to the Baseball Hall of Fame. So that was me and her together. She's a diehard Yankees fan, and I'm a Red Sox fan. Oh, you should have heard us in there. It was like bad.
Nice.
That's a nice ride up there. I love it up there. Like, it's kind of funny, like, to think that Cooperstown is in the middle of nowhere, but it's nice up there.
It is in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of friggin' woods. You would never believe it's there. You'd be driving. I'm driving. I'm on my bike. I'm like, where the hell are we going at? We're going through the woods. I'm like, Cooperstown. You would, and all of a sudden, there's Cooperstown.
Yep. But it's kind of like the Basketball Hall of Fame's in Springfield, which is like such a shithole,
Ghetto, yeah.
It's such a dump.
Yeah.
But
oh man.
Yes.
Hey,
I don't know. I just hope that you guys, get an opportunity to ride with me a lot more this year. I had fun with you guys that day. That was a lot of fun.
No, we're gonna get out there together more often, definitely now.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna do. We'll do like we'll plan like some shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, by the time we rode together, it was already getting to the end of the year, like, in terms of it's getting dark a lot earlier, it was getting colder and stuff like that.
Windy. It was windy that day.
Oh, it was windy that day.
End of the year for us, not for you.
Yeah. Well, not for me. That's the beginning of the year, actually. That I call that, beginning of fall riding. So there is a lot of guys that do YouTube here in New England that you guys probably don't know of. One of us, this guy, Black Phoenix Entertainment, we were talking about maybe getting a gathering of all the YouTubers together in New England at some point. We were trying to do that, but it didn't come to fruition. But it's something I'd like to do, and I got you guys, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger up here. There's a lot of YouTubers up here that you guys probably aren't aware of.
Yeah,
you're aware of, Ben, from Bikes, Bids, and Brews.
Oh yeah. But no, I was thinking we got to do that during like a Americade. So like Americade, everybody will plan to go to Americade.
Yeah.
Then we'll just plan a day where we all meet up together during the event.
Right.
Do some riding.
Yeah, do some riding, and just because that's an easier thing, because everybody will plan to go to Americade.
Right. That's what I mean. Like doing something like that, getting everybody. Hey, it's a big event. We'll all meet there on this day, and we'll all go riding wherever. We'll find a place, and that would be pretty awesome.
Because it's tough to be like, okay, Saturday, July the 12th, and
exactly.
Everybody's got this going on and that going on or whatever. But it'd be a good time.
Americade. Like the big events are there. They're stationary. They're not going anywhere. So.
Yep.
And we really, like, last year, we talked about doing this podcast for like a few weeks, and then we were like, fuck it, let's do it. Let's record one. Let's go. And, Laconia was like 4 weeks away at that point. So we really didn't have like a ton of like time to plan stuff like that. Laconia is a great event to get together for people for, New England too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Laconia. I Rainconia, Laconia, whatever you want to call it. It's just, but, yeah, it's, so you guys didn't do your segment tonight with your brewskis.
Nope.
Nah, we didn't do one tonight. Why? You got a beer for us?
I don't have a beer. I have a lemonade though.
There you go. Yeah, no, we discussed it. We
Simply
figured
Safe.
we'll skip it
Simply
this
Safe
week.
lemonade.
So, all right. Speaking of lemonade, because Brian and I talked to Brian about it, 2 weeks ago. Dell's Lemonade.
Yes.
Is it worth the hype?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Especially on a nice hot summer day. That's what I'm going to tell you. Have you ever been to Iggy's in Rhode Island?
I don't think I have.
Oh, we're going. Well, we're going. We'll go to Iggy's. We'll go down to Iggy's.
I always like when I do the coast, I always go down to Westerly. I love Westerly.
Yeah, I like Westerly too. I've been down there many times. That is a nice ride down there. But we'll have to if it's a short porch day, I call it. We'll go to Iggy's and grab some doughboys or and some clam chowder and clams and whatever else you like in seafood. They got everything now.
Do you have a favorite road in Rhode Island?
I like, man. I think 102 is probably the nicest road. It's because it cuts from one end to the other.
It's huge.
It's a huge long road. Yeah, I've been able to do triple digits on that road. So yeah, I like that road.
I like to go out 116.
Yep.
Take 116 as far as you can, and then 33 down. Yep. Like that brings you down that way. But when you come back 102.
102.
That's a nice loop.
We do a lot of rides in Connecticut. Like a lot of the guys I ride with know the Connecticut back roads like the back of their hand, and there's some awesome back. I mean, in the woods, like you're talking, S curves and turns. Oh yeah, it's switchbacks. Yeah,
I've done some nice rides out from Putnam, Connecticut down, and you go south like you're heading to the beaches.
Yeah,
and you go through like scenic roads and stuff like that. It's really nice down there. Farmland too. Like you don't think of that when you think of Connecticut.
Yeah, we do. Have you been up to the Quabbin Reservoir?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I used to live up there.
Well, so we do that. We do the loop. We go up to Herrick's Tavern. We have something to eat up there at the top of it on 202. We do that route.
Herrick's Tavern. I could tell you a couple stories about Herrick's Tavern, but not on here.
Yeah.
So I used to live in Gardner.
Oh, you did live in Gardner?
Yeah, I lived in Gardner. So we used to go out like 202, out past Herrick's, and then like through Petersham and around the Quabbin and all that. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I know that area really good. I've been out there lots and lots and lots of times. It's a really nice ride.
Yeah, as far as like going in Massachusetts where like it's not that remote, it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Western Mass is nice.
What part? Way out.
Way out. Yeah, Western Mass, Amherst.
Yeah, that's going through Springfield and that crap. Oh, screw that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is a really I like going out that way. It's we Greylock Mountain. Go out to Greylock.
Mount Greylock. Yep.
That is awesome. I just went there maybe a month or two ago. I was out there. I like that area. That's really nice out there because you can leave there and actually go right up into Vermont. If you want to just shoot right up, it's right there. Go up to Vermont and cut all the way back across. There's some really nice riding.
Yeah, we did a nice ride up in Vermont, Route 100. We went up Route 100 and all that way. So that was a good ride for us.
You saw the motorcycle, right? Hanging, right? I heard you guys.
Yeah.
The mailbox. Yeah. When I first saw that, I'm coming because I don't know if I was going north or south. I forget. But I remember seeing it. I'm like, wow, that's pretty ingenious to hang that thing up. I'm like, holy crap. What's that, a Yamaha YZ something?
Yeah, I think it was green.
It was green, so I assumed it was a Kawasaki.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
So that's the one trip up there that I never actually did. Even all that time living in Western Mass, I never did the Mohawk Trail during the fall.
Oh, my God.
Never did it during the fall.
Have you done it at all ever?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've done it. I've ridden it, but not in the fall.
Oh, that is beautiful. Oh, my God. It's just like colors. Like it's.
You ever go out around that S curve, Brian?
At the
Where?
mall, the hairpin turn
The hairpin turn?
in
Where?
Florida. You go through Florida, you come down, and it just kind of bears, starts weaving down to the, and it's a hairpin turn. And it used to be called that restaurant. It's not called that anymore, but it used to be called the Hairpin Turn Restaurant. That's right in
Yeah.
Target.
Yep.
And
It's
that
like
view,
literally at 180-degree hairpin turn. You're descending down,
yeah.
and then you come, and then you go like 180 degrees the other way.
Really? That sounds like fun.
Oh yeah.
And there's a
Oh, yeah.
restaurant right on the turn.
Huh,
It's called,
cool.
It was called the Hairpin Turn. It's called, I don't remember what it's called now. But
For some reason, I think it's like the Eagle something.
yeah, the Eagles. Yes, it's the Eagle. You're right. Yeah, that's what it is. Now, that right there, if you stop there, you see the valley. It is like
Yep.
unbelievable. It is, what a view that is. It's beautiful. It's breathtaking.
Huh.
There's so many nice spots.
Yeah, you don't have to go far to see nice shit.
Now, I tell people, like, that I don't need to go super far. I do like to put the miles down. I really don't need to go far to see beautiful things. I can go right down the road and I'm at the ocean, dude. I'm at the ocean seeing boats, lobster boats, Galilee, Block Island. Like, it's just, we're in such a great area.
Yeah,
Even
for
where you
sure.
are, right?
Yeah.
You can just head east.
Yep.
You're going to be right on the water.
Yeah, go right to Hampton and
Yeah.
Portsmouth, and
Yeah, we're kind of fortunate in one way. The only thing the drawback here is the winters.
for you,
Yeah.
not for us. I mean, for us, not you.
Yeah, but not for me. I mean, I am who I am.
Like I said, yeah,
Guy with a clock on the back of the bike. That's what I am.
just down there, like Jimmy always says, the difference between my house and his house, the temperature it's crazy, just within that distance. So
Yeah. My house, the Jim's house, the temperature gets about 5 degrees.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it was cold last night. I had a family party. I was coming back. It was like 16 degrees, but I don't feel like we see that down here all that often.
No, we don't. Oh, well, my kid lives up in another town over from you, up in Cumberland, and they'll get snow there and it won't snow here.
Yeah.
I'll go up there. They got 5 inches of snow. There's nothing on the ground at my house. we're like. I mean, it's not even far. It's just elevation.
Yeah,
it's all about elevation.
that's where the rain line is always right there too. It's
495 is the rain.
Yeah,
495
yeah,
is that. That's brutal. That 495.
Yep, it's weird how that works. So
yeah.
all right, man. We're gonna have to start wrapping it up here. This has been a good talk, though. I like this. This was fun.
Yeah,
Been a lot of
So
fun,
figured
for
it would
sure.
be.
So
For sure.
what's your YouTube, Rhody? What do you got?
What do you mean as far as YouTube?
What's the name of it? It's just Rhody Riderz.
Rhody Riderz. Yeah, Rhody Riderz. My Instagram's Rhody Riderz. Everything's Rhody Riderz. Except for the offshoot of my little buddy, my cock. His is Rhody_Jr. on Instagram.
All right.
So he has his own little thing going on there. It's doing pretty well. I think it's going to end up beating me out.
Nothing worse than having a cock beat you.
Yeah, that sucks. I ain't in prison, dude.
Well, go subscribe to Rhody's channels. Just don't watch him ride his road glide. Actually subscribe, and he's gonna put out a new video soon, right?
I'm going to be putting video shortly. I got a shitload of them. I got I was down at Plymouth Rock. I got videos like,
Get them up.
I record it all the
People
time.
want to see it.
I know. You know what? I'll be frank with you. The editing part of this shit sucks.
That's why all my videos are one take, and then I edit some little things in there, and I'm not good at that. But I think sometimes I feel like the people like that stuff, because when I start watching a YouTube channel, if it's over edited and
I don't want
any part of it. I want real, I want the real garage feel, and so I don't want it to be
with you.
So that's what I'm going for. So
Yeah, but we're not doing that, Bryce. So we're not doing a day of recording and trying to condense it down into a video that people can watch.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And that's definitely easier.
Yeah, what we're doing, we're talking, recording, and we put it up on. But I'm talking like the other videos that I put on our YouTube. My bike checks.
The video for us guys, that being in the Harley dealership with us trying to helmet on was pretty goddamn funny.
Yeah.
Oh, come on!
I bought one. That helmet.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a person in there that tried the helmet on that didn't love that helmet.
But I loved it. I was like, oh my God, I just bought a helmet. It's,
I thought Corey was going to buy one.
Yeah. And then I'm walking on. I go, that tall guy, he goes, "Hey, want to hear this bike start up?" I go, "Yeah, sure." Fires that TV off. I'm like, my jaws are. That sounds like that. Holy shit!
Yeah, I had that Pisani 2-in-1, right?
Well, don't forget we were inside the building too, so it kind of acted.
Yeah, it's kind of intense.
Man, I'll tell you, that was a pretty looking bike though. They did
that
great.
bike. I've ridden one of those bikes, and they're no joke. They're a fun bike to ride. So
yeah, I haven't had an opportunity. Maybe this spring, I can.
Well, if you come to Daytona with us, we do a day of just demo rides. So you ride every bike, go to Hooters, have lunch, go ride some more bikes. It's just a day. So come on.
Man, let's wrap this up.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, hey, thanks, Rhody, for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Happy holidays to you and everybody else out there and your families.
And don't
be safe.
Be safe. Don't eat too much.
Yeah. Well, you can eat a lot. Just there is a thing called a gym. Oh, there's a guy next to me.
Yeah, we don't know what that is.
He's the farthest thing from it, right?
Anyway, hey, so
I'm gonna click on him.
Tomorrow night, so it's Tuesday for everybody. So tomorrow night, Dr. Harley on YouTube. Jim and I are going to be live talking bikes. So come join us in the live chat. Make fun of us. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, can't wait for that.
Should be good.
Yeah.
Doc is aces, like I said earlier in the program. Doc is awesome.
Yep.
They don't come better than that guy. He's awesome.
Nope.
So. Give us a like on the Ride Life podcast on Instagram, the Ride Life Brian, the Ride Life Jim on Instagram, and go to the Ride Life podcast on YouTube and follow us.
Yes, sir. All right, man.
All right, we'll see you next Tuesday.
See you guys.
Catch you later.